Yo, how's it going, people? In today's video, I'm going to go through 5 things that I hate about the Talaria Sting R and some things to definitely consider if you're going to be buying one yourself. We'll get the bike out of the garage, we'll jump on, we'll go for a ride, and I'll tell you all about it. So hopefully you can hear me in this wind, but first things first.
Quick interjection. The weather in the UK recently has been pretty terrible. If it's not been absolutely chucking it down with rain, it's been super windy like it is today.
See all the leaves on the road. This is what we're working with, people in the UK. This is the kind of weather that we're working with, trying to make videos. Absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
Due to the wind and my terrible filming equipment, the footage I've captured is awful to listen to. So for your benefit, I'm going to be doing a voiceover for the majority of this one. Let's get back to the video.
First things first, number 1, the brakes. The brakes that come stock on this bike, they're good to start off with. When you're doing speeds of 50 miles an hour, soon wear out. On a bike like this, I do believe, as standard, you should have proper motorbike brakes. See, this bike's 2 years old. The bikes that they're making now, such as the MX4, E-Ride Pro, SR and 3.0, etc., they do all come with proper motorbike brakes as stock. And this bike was made literally just standard hydraulic mountain bike brakes, like the Sur. So that's the first thing. Number 2, the pegs. The pegs that come as standard are terrible. I'd recommend that be the first thing that you upgrade. However, it's not the pegs themselves that annoys me. It's the placement of the pegs and how far they are from the actual ground. I'm 5'11". On the Talaria Sting R MX4, it is slightly taller, slightly beefier than the Sur. I thought having a little bit of a bigger bike would make a difference. If you're going over a jump, the pegs feel too high up. I've put riser bars on this already. That lifts your arms up. That doesn't drop your legs. So the second thing, essentially, I hate about this bike is the distance between the floor and the pegs, and the distance between the pegs and my hips, I suppose you could say. Third thing is the stock suspension.
My Talaria Sting R MX4 came with the fastest V2 front and rear suspension as standard from stock. The suspension itself is really good for on-road riding, soaks up the little bumps here and there nicely. However, as soon as you come to do any kind of jumps, that is where the suspension falls massively short. The fastest V2 comes with a 38 pound spring in the front suspension. This is just not stiff enough for the average rider as it bottoms out over any kind of jump. The rear suspension is very much the same. You could do a little bunny hop over a speed bump, or you could do a big jump. Either way, the suspension's going to bottom out and your mudguard's going to be hitting the wheel, which is just not ideal. If you weigh around 80 kilos like myself, a 50 pound or a 60 pound spring in the front suspension is going to improve that massively, along with a 550 or I think it's a 600 pound spring you can buy separately for the rear suspension. Number 4, the tyres. Whether you're riding off-road or on-road, the stock tyres are pretty terrible. The width, the height, the profile, they are very skinny, and the tread depth doesn't provide much traction or grip when riding on the road or on the track or the trails. Upgrading the tyres is a must for any kind of riding that you're going to be doing on this bike. This does lead me on to number 5. The wheel size that the bikes come with as stock. They tend to come with a 19-inch front and rear wheel. Now, the geometry of the bike, if you're riding on the road for the majority of the time, is fine. It's a very flat geometry. Now, if you do like to ride trails, you like to do jumps here and there, the geometry is way off. You want to upgrade your tyres, which again is a must. As soon as you slap a thicker tyre onto that rear wheel, that's just going to throw the geometry off. And again, if you've not upgraded the suspension, it's just going to cause more issues when bottoming out. So, from stock, the smaller bikes like the Sur, the Talaria Sting, etc., even the E-Ride Pro, I do believe, personal opinion, they should come with a 16-inch rear wheel and a 19-inch up front. Another option is an 18-inch rear wheel and a 21-inch front wheel. Although this will provide more stability for the bike, it will lose its nimbleness, I believe. And the 18-21 setup, I think, is perfectly suited for bikes like the Stark Varg or the Sur and Ultra B, the bigger bikes. Speaking on the wheel size, I have just ordered myself a custom 16-inch wheel set from WGT Racing, and in the next video I'll be installing the wheels and the tyres. We'll take it out for a ride, see how it performs on the road and on the trails as well. If you're not familiar with WGT Racing, go check them out. They are on Instagram. You can also check out the website. WGT Racing have been kind enough to give us a discount as well. So if you do fancy yourself a new set of wheels, use code JAMMY at checkout to save yourself some money. So guys, that's it for this video. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy and peace out.